and welcome to Soul Babes Craft and Creations. I am Louise, and today is Monday, which in my world is Magazine Makes Monday. What am I doing? Well, I originally started this as a magazine that I was subscribed to for quite some time back in 2015 when I first started my journey of crochet. This was a publication called Art of Crochet, and it's how I learnt to crochet because prior to that, I used to knit. But anyway, I started this as a segment of just originally to do the squares from it because in the Art of Crochet there was each week you had a ball of yarn and then you made the square with that ball of yarn to go in a blanket, and each week was a different square, different designs and so forth. And I thought to myself, I could this year or this time in my channel, when I started my channel this last year, I could utilize it to make blankets. Now, originally the blankets were going to be for Boggy Creek. That is not going to be the case now. It is going to be a UK charity, as yet not decided on which charity or charities I've decided to go with yet. But I've got time. There are lots of squares and things that I've yet to make. But anyway, that was the plan, was originally to use the magazine and make those. And then I thought to myself, well, I've got all these other books that I could do other squares from. And the books I have, some are digital and some are physical books. And including in that is 3D granny squares and 100 crochet tiles and Claire Montgomerie granny square cards, both the official and the unofficial. The Claire Montgomerie crochet stitch library book and the Coco stitch library cards and stitch library book. So I've got plenty of things that I could use to make squares, segments, stitch samples to make blankets. So hence the reason why I'm still doing it this year. And probably with the amount that I've got will probably take me into the beginning part of next year. But anyway, so what I do each week is I draw out so the odd numbered weeks will be from the Claire Montgomerie and the Coco books and cards, and the even weeks will be the Art of Crochet, 3D granny squares, and 100 crochet tiles. Now, this is a even week, so I will be drawing from Art of Crochet, 3D granny, and 100 crochet tiles. But I drew last week from the other books. So I will show what I did from last week. So we'll start off with the Claire Montgomerie cards. Now, I have the official and the unofficial set. So the official one was called Flower Power. And then the unofficial was called Haneen Lovely Square. So there we go. That's the two that came from that set. Then we went to the Coco book, and I went to the cards first, but the cards, the one from the cards went into the stitch sample strip, and in the book there was one that went into the strip and one that went into the card, into a separate motif, which is what this one is. And this is the C2C granny rectangle. You start, I think I started in this corner here and finished in this corner here. So yeah, it's a basic stitch doing it on a different angle. It's fine. So that was that one. Okay. So we then did, from the Bella Coco cards, was the lace cluster, which was this orange, peachy orange colour one. Here is the lace cluster. We then had the rolling waves from the Bella Coco Stitch Library book, which is this one. Then we had the waistcoat stitch. Now, it doesn't look quite so good on a back and forth. The waistcoat stitch looks better when you work in the round. And it's actually slightly easier when you work in the round than when you're working that way. But I'm working back and forth, so I have to do it how it does it. Anyway, then we go to the Claire Montgomerie book, and out of that, the waistcoat stitch was out of the Claire Montgomerie book. Then we have the griddle stitch, which is the grey one. There. So we starting a new strip. And then finally was the broomstick lace stitch. And yes, it is pulled in. That's the nature of the broomstick. It does pull in, but when I then work the border on, that will make no difference. It will be clear. In fact, I did show you the right side. It does look differently on the back. There's the back. So it does look different. But yeah, I had fun trying to find something to use as a broomstick. I'll get to what I used. This is what I used, which is the inside of some kind of kitchen whatever roll that I had. And it's quite a good strong thick one, so it's not thin cardboard, so it takes the tension quite well. And it was perfect for doing broomstick lace on. I wouldn't want to try and do a blanket on it because you can't get very many stitches on it certainly to do a blanket. But it's fine. I will, if I ever have to do it as a blanket, probably not. Not that I didn't enjoy doing it. I did enjoy doing the broomstick lace. I just don't think I could cope with doing it as a blanket. So, anyway, that's what I did last week. So let's move this all to one side. And we'll start drawing out for this week. Now, this week's is, as I say, from the Art of Crochet, the 3D Granny Squares, and the, pardon me, 100 tiles. I would need to remember not to gulp down a load of tea before I come on the video. Can't help it. I need to wet the whistle every now and again. So, but anyway, right. So let's see. Drawing from my trusty tubs. So this is from the Art of Crochet. And I've just realised I've not got my cards at the ready. Let's get them at the ready. Okay. So, got a drawer out too. Here we go. One. And two. Okay. And the numbers are 31 and 107. And 31 is the treble cluster flower, which will be a double crochet cluster flower. And 107 is the lime green flower. Okay, there we go. That's what they'll be. There will be a video, there'll be a picture montage at the end of the video showing what they're meant to look like. Yeah, don't always quite look like them, but that's what they're meant to look like. Right, now then we have the next one we want from is the 3D granny squares. Right, so here's my 3D granny square book. Pot. Again, we pick out two. One. Two. All right. And they are numbers 19 and 86. Okay, number 19 is the kiwi. Okay. And what did I say the other one was? 86. 86 is the spike. Okay. Well, we'll see what they look like. Right. Finally, we draw from the 100 tiles. And again, we pick out two. One. Two. Okay. Right. And the numbers are 23 and 26. 23 is a blooming pinwheel and 26 is a compass rose. Okay. Whether they're going to be mosaic is a different matter. I can't really complain too much about the mosaic, bearing in mind how well the mosaic I did last week came out. But I don't know whether that was a fluke or whether it just happened to be that the pattern was a good one and I managed to do it without it warping on me. We will see. But anyway, as I said, they'll be in the video in the picture montage at the end of the video. So we'll see how they go. So with that all being said and done and everything being drawn for today, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Love and kindness to everyone. Bye for now, and I'll see you all soon.